Okay, it is 7:01. We will call this in order. Roll call, please.
Board Chair Stark,
Present.
Board Member Harris. Board Member Conan,
Present.
Board Member Womack. Board Member Fishback. Board Member Orgish,
Present.
Board Member Doohan.
Here.
You have it.
Okay, great. Do we have any public comments this evening?
No, we do.
Okay, closing public comments and approval of minutes from previous meetings.
This isn't from our previous meeting. There was a meeting, yes, Board Member Conan did remind us, that I missed the special meeting.
Okay.
Loan on November 1st, so I have to add that to next month.
Okay.
So this is just the October 24th. We didn't include that on November 1st.
We did not.
No.
Okay, so does anybody want to make a motion to approve these minutes, or does anybody have anything to add or change?
I wasn't here. I believe approved.
You're gonna approve? Okay, anybody want a second?
Second.
Okay, all agree?
I
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Right, passes. Consider impossible action, discuss and consider possible recommendation regarding the Greg Clark Parks Skate Park.
Alrighty, so as y'all know, we had put out an RFQ for the design and construction of the skate park, which is one of the first projects for the bond that passed in 2020. We received 5 different bids from skate park companies. Staff opened them, and you'll see in the table the results of the bids. And we are only selecting at this time a company for design and construction. So the company will have to engage in 2 public input meetings with the community, and then of course a bunch of meetings with staff. So right now, we're just selecting the company that we want to work with, not the park. Not what the park will look like, because the park still has yet to be designed.
Oh.
Mhm. So. And
So this is not just the design team, this is design.
design and construction.
So
That's a huge delta.
that was gonna be my
Yeah.
question. I mean, one company bid $1,000 and the other company bid 300.
So there were, yep, our park maintenance manager, when he met on site with him, told him that right now we're looking at a budget of anywhere from 300,000 to 900,000 for the skate park. But we could go up to 1.2 million just based off our preliminary estimates. And they were told, this is what you have to work with. It's a huge, right, tell us what could possibly go in that space. And so that's what these guys proposed.
Yeah, but here it's, SBA says 1,000,
Oh, I'm sorry,
$1,200.
I'm talking about the splash pad, I'm sorry. Everything's the same for the skate park, I was wrong. For the skate park, we only got 2 bids. I was one step ahead, I'm sorry. And same thing, so the skate park, they were told what the max budget was, and so that's what SPA put in their budget. But
Do we usually do that? Tell them what we're willing to spend?
yeah, on the on-site meetings, we'll tell them what our budget is, what we have working with.
But our budget's more than $1,000. It's good.
Yeah, that's what I can't figure out. I mean, they're out building a skate park.
For $1,000.
It didn't say $1,000.
This is 1,000 to
No,
100.
it's missing 2 zeros, it's 1 million to 1.2.
Oh, okay.
That makes it say
Well, that's still a huge delta between.
1 million to 1.2 million.
Yes, and that,
And the other one is
Opposite.
361,000, but Brine Line, they just put their smallest part because there's no way of telling what size the park is gonna be yet. Mhm. Nobody caught that.
oh, well, when I first looked at it, I said, wait.
Yeah, I was like, I have questions. Yeah.
An initial consult or something.
Yeah, right.
So,
Does your team have a preference after meeting with them?
yeah, so staff did recommend SPA for the skate park. Just based off on-site meetings, references, their overall presentation. Back when we were trying to get the park board bond passed, they were really interested in helping us build the skate park at that time, not knowing. So kind of a little bit of history, but Grindline was equally as qualified. Staff just really went based off their presentation and their bid packets. So the
SBA is Austin based.
And the recommendation was SPA from staff. But we wanted to give you guys an opportunity to also check out their website, see what they proposed.
So the budget again is,
Not to exceed 1.2.
oh, okay, so that's it.
Right, so we have 1 million from the city and then 1 million from the county. So we have 2 million for Greg Clark Park. So based on the estimated budget for Greg Clark Park, we have the splash pad, the skate park, the irrigation and ash pavilion flooring. And so that's about, it doesn't want to exceed 1.2.
So this is, just the construction, you
Design
said?
and construction.
The design and construction. Okay.
It seems like peculiar that their budget is what we told them it would be.
So that's what we told them to.
Just.
They just put that, yeah, we just told that they could put that not to exceed, but if it's like 361, I mean, they still have to go through the design process with the community.
Does that encourage them to do more if they know their budget is 1 million too? You know what I'm saying?
Really, it's whatever outcome of the community input groups, like, once we tell them, we want this in our park, we want this in our park, now design it, then they'll have a final number, but they know they cannot exceed 1.2.
Okay, so it's essentially just an acknowledgement.
It's in that acknowledgement as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I looked at their website and really found SPAs to be more informational. But it was really, I couldn't really see what would make a decision one company over the other.
Yeah.
And I figured you could, the staff had done research.
So one of the main things we told them is one of our Kyle core values is to be leading edge. And so we don't just want a skate park like with the same amenities that our surrounding neighbors have. We wanted them to show us some leading edge stuff and we just felt that SPA had presented more of a leading edge type proposal, and that was really the main difference.
Yeah, with the 361,000 compared to 1 million, that's kind of like, okay, well, we're gonna put some stuff in here and hope that you guys have a good time with it.
But Grindline could, they could design a park that was like 1.2. That was just the number,
Their number.
their base, yeah.
Just ignore those numbers.
Yeah, yes.
Make it real, we can design parks that'll fit in
We
your
Yeah, up to 1.2. That was, like, they were both great. We really enjoyed reading both of their proposals. We just felt like, okay, what leading edge, we just felt SPA had that edge based on their references.
Well, I had a preference for them because I really felt like their website was more informational. And I felt like, the parks that they were showing on their website were more creative and then also the fact that they're Austin based, they got an extra star for that from me.
Sure.
Where is Grindline from?
Utah,
Yeah.
now Splash Pads is Utah. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
splash pads.
They didn't have it on their website. That was the problem. That was one problem.
Their
Not sure.
insurance, yeah, their insurance says Seattle, and so does their cover.
Seattle,
Yeah.
and they didn't have it on the website because I
Yeah.
looked.
Is their home base, at least.
So do we want to make a motion to, for staff to move forward with SPA?
How many bids are we required to get?
We are not required to get a particular number.
Okay.
If I had just one, I could propose just one. We always have that option where we can rebid if we aren't satisfied with what was presented. But we feel confident making a recommendation with one of these two.
Who was it that came last year and gave us the presentation on skate park? Was it SPA?
It may have been SPA. There were two companies I remember former manager had reached out to, but I can't say with certainty.
I
Or
remember when I was first on the board, do you remember that, Chad? You remember who it was?
There's too many companies. But yeah, it is interesting. So we didn't go with the same companies. We reached out to new ones.
we posted the bid for any companies that wanted to place a bid.
So why didn't we go with who we originally talked to before? Why?
They were sent emails notifying them that the RQ was posted.
Gotcha.
SPA was one of those companies that we had previously spoken to. And Grindline may have been, I just can't say with certainty right now.
Anybody else have any other questions? Okay, do we want to make a recommendation?
Move that we, pursue a contract with SPA for the Great Park Skateboard Park.
We want a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Right.
Any opposed? Okay.
So we will take the recommendation to city council on the December 6th meeting. And then after that, if it is approved, they'll start the public input meetings and we'll start designing the skate park.
That's what I wanted.
Grand line.
Anything that goes to city council? Anything else?
Yeah, that was cute. That was as creative as they got.
All right. Okay, next item, discuss and consider possible recommendation regarding the Greg Clark Park splash pad.
Okay, so I'll rewind since I said earlier, this is the item that we got 5 bids for. And Brooke is here because she is our aquatics programmer. So if you have any further questions like on details and specifics, but pretty much the same thing. This is just to select a company that will work with staff and the community in designing the splash pad. The splash pad will be located directly across from the pool in that big green space there. And their budget was not to exceed 600,000. It was 300 to 600,000 that they had to work with. Staff recommendation was kind of split. Staff recommended both Oasis Water Playgrounds and Aquatic Interactives as our top 2. Again, it was just based off being leading edge and being innovative in which company could bring a splash pad that didn't look like our surrounding neighbors. Those are the main differences on those 2.
Either one of them made my top list.
I had splash pads now.
Which was.
So splash pads was, I mean, they all had good proposals. Splash pad had a good proposal. Progressive had a great proposal.
Does it matter that they're over budget?
Not necessarily, no, because we'll give them their 2 not exceeds.
Okay.
They're like, both of these were a little difficult because tell us what could go there. You know, dream big, like show us what could go in our space, and so that's why they're. Yeah. Rick, I don't know if you wanted to give any input on why you felt stronger for one over the other.
Oasis and Aquatic Interactive were probably my top 2, just because, I felt like out of all of the design that they did provide, they provided something that was kind of unique to us with the water tower, and then one had a pie. And just kind of going above and beyond, we had asked, we had said that we wanted the way that's gonna be placed inside like Clark Park. We don't want to put an actual fence around it because it'll create, a sore, we want it to be nice for everybody to see, that type of thing. So putting a fence is just a bad idea. So Oasis came up with a really good idea, on putting up shrubbery and kind of making it a little bit more attractive. Kind of a fence barrier type
fair?
thing. Yeah.
They have 2 options, an option A and option B, that's why there's 2 blue books.
And then I feel like Aquatic Interactive did give us the bathroom option as well, so that would be nice. I think not parents being able to have that facility there and not always having to run over to the one right next door. And
And Oasis had a changing room, right?
it did,
Okay,
Yeah.
so not a restroom, but a changing room.
right.
Splash Pads USA did not mention in their RFQ about working with the community, but like all the vendors, they all said they'd be willing to. It just wasn't mentioned, that's the only reason, but yeah.
Even all aquatics, kids and playgrounds.
Okay, all aquatics, kids and playgrounds, just submitted a couple sheets of paper. They did not submit the requirements of the RFQ, but we did include it because they submitted it in a timely fashion.
I was impressed with Progressive's web. I looked at everybody's websites, and what I was impressed with Progressive was they had done some really outstanding smoothie gardens.
So we currently
That's
work
a
with Progressive.
trust.
Progressive is our current chemical provider
Mhm.
and our mechanical room
Yeah.
consultant.
Yeah.
Are you happy with them?
They haven't been,
very recent.
Okay, well, that.
Mentions that one.
But they've done some great work and they do have a history of working with our tribal.
And that would be good to stay with the same people, but also at the same time, if you know. If you know their history.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Have any of these companies built a splash pad in the area? Have y'all visited?
we haven't visited, there are a few that have local ones that are listed in their book.
Mhm.
I feel like there was one that did one with Nacogdoches. I feel like it was the interactive just recently, but I mean, it was just kind of plain, but I mean, we can kind of, who knows how much, what their budget was like.
Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to go before the RFQs. We got like in the design, like, okay, we're gonna have to go visit these places when we start to design it, but we haven't gone yet.
Okay.
Well, if the big thing for Aquatic Interactive was that they included restrooms and the other guys didn't, I mean, the other guys put them in there.
Right.
Yeah.
We could tell them how to design a water restroom.
That wasn't part of the requirements. was it?
No,
Oh.
it was just the only one who mentioned the idea of a restroom, which kind of stuck out, but
So there's still ideas.
we could tell any of them that we want a restroom.
Now, does the city not require you to have it fenced in? For like liability purposes?
It's not swimming.
It's not a swimming pool.
But it's still water, right? I mean,
Yeah, so we'd have to check with TML, Texas Municipal League, just to double check.
So this is going where the basketball court is?
No, the skate park is going between the basketball court and the tennis court. And the splash pad is going directly across from the pool next to the pavilion.
Oh, okay.
A big field.
Sorry. You know, Oasis Water Playgrounds has been in really good communication since submitting.
Yeah.
They haven't been.
They have been in great communication. So like I said, staff were just split on Aquatic and Interactive and Oasis. But we liked them all. We liked Progressive, we liked Splash Pad USA. We just felt like Splash Pad USA, that some of the others were maybe a little more leading edge.
Yeah, online, their designs didn't look very creative.
And then all aquatics, clearly they just submitted a quote, did not.
Yeah.
Complete all the requirements there.
I like the tower and the shaded.
I mean, isn't that really cool?
Oasis,
Yeah.
Because when you see them, like, oh, they could do that, they could do that, that's kind of. And Oasis did submit these notes as well.
Anybody else send you questions? So they went.
They went out.
They win.
They went out.
Yeah.
But then it gives us calendar.
Yeah.
One thing that struck out to me on the Oasis is that they said it would take 3 to 4 weeks to. Wow, that seems like that's very,
Yeah.
and is that realistic?
Yeah, we did notice that in the timeline as well.
I like splash pad because you're not digging under, it's pretty much all flat. And then you're just seeding the features.
We were like, okay, well, when we get to that point, we'll see how that timeline is revised.
Yeah.
Well, I think like if they have a team that can handle that well also. And if they have their basic ideas where to start with.
And Oasis did get the copy of their insurance. They, just usually with most RFQs, once it's awarded, then you submit it. They didn't submit initially, but he did send it before this meeting, so we do have it now. And Aquatic Interactive, they were great. Overall great.
Okay, so are you wanting us to weigh in on which one?
You guys like, with your motion for recommendation?
Okay. I will motion to
We'll take your time.
recommend Oasis Water Park, water playgrounds.
A second? I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
I
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
We covered that.
Yep.
Alrighty,
Okay, staff reports.
all right. So our report isn't as long as it usually is, because we've been busy decorating downtown. We are just about done. We put a lot of finishing touches, but all the big displays are up now. At this time, we are not certain. We're gonna still decorate Red Clark Park, just because the weather's not cooperating. So if we can, we're gonna be doing it on the 28th, the 29th, and 30th after the Thanksgiving holiday, so that the team can enjoy Thanksgiving this year. But Santa's arrival is next Thursday, December 1st. We'd love for you all to be there if you want. We ordered you guys Santa hats. So if you do come on out and
It's December 5th?
yes, December 1st, that is next Thursday, right?
Yeah.
It starts at 4 o'clock, but the Santa's lighting and all that will take place between 5:45 and 6:15. As soon as that sun goes down and Mayor and Santa are ready to come out, we'll flip the switch. But all the choirs from the local schools will start at 4 and we'll be out there till 9 o'clock. All the lights come on at one time. But yeah, we'd love for y'all to be up there. And then after that, every day between December 1st and December 25th, we have 25 days of Christmas. So on Mondays, we have Music Mondays. We have live, just local performers singing. Tuesdays, Toy Tuesday, where you can donate toys that we give to the local charities. Wednesdays are Winter Wonderland Wednesdays, where we have a snow machine. Thursdays are Thursday, I don't know. Fridays are festive Fridays. And then Saturdays are like professional and free photo opportunities with Santa. And then Sundays is the same. So every day we have something going on, and then programming will stop. So after Christmas Day, the lights will just stay on for the following week, but there won't be programming that last week.
For the December one event, what, big vendors will we have?
Ooh, I have to ask for Shiva. I know that she has 4 confirmed. Never know.
Is it the
Do you have any idea?
I do not, yeah.
At the Veterans Parade, we
Mhm.
really needed more,
More food.
and especially for hot drinks.
Yep.
You know, one of the, just the vendors was giving away, with like hot chocolate and coffee,
On Daily Grind.
and they ran out really early, and it was cold.
I know this year we have a vendor who's coming in like in a streetcar trolley. And they're giving out hot cocoa.
Good.
I'll find out who the other vendors are and make sure she knows. Okay.
I think that's the favorite thing about being downtown in the cold with Santa's hot chocolate.
Yeah. We will have an ice skating rink this year, a mini ice skating rink.
It would be nice.
Oh, it's a portable ice rink.
Yeah, but a lot I've seen are that plastic thing,
Yeah,
they're really hard to skid on.
Yeah. there's no portable ice skating rink with ice skates.
Yeah, you skate on, not I don't, but, my grandkids do. They, in San Marcos, they use the plastic
Yeah, I think
and you just can.
they're Austin based. And then Brooks will lead the Polar Bear Splash on January 1st. Registration for that is open and we're trying to get a nice crowd this year. Last year was really cool.
Where is that?
At the Red Clark Park.
Actually, cold in water.
I did it one year and I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
That cold water makes you pretty good.
We are fully staffed for the first time since I've been here. So we're really excited about that. We had 5 new park maintenance join us, and then of course our special event manager, it's the last time. So we are fully staffed now. And then we are gearing up for the Texas Fair Textravaganza, which is no longer on Cinco de Mayo weekend, it is the 3rd weekend in May. So I'll send you guys all a calendar invite so that you guys have it on your calendars. But we're gonna need a lot of volunteers. It's a 3-day festival with a carnival, barbecue cook-off. 2 stages of live entertainment, and that will be at Lake Kyle Park.
For the lake people,
The lake will be full. This plan at late March, early April now. It got postponed just a tiny bit.
Hopefully it doesn't get postponed anymore, because then it'll be getting way too close to May.
Yeah, we have. So,
We said third weekend in May.
yeah, so third weekend of May. So I'll put that on all your calendars, but that's what we have going on right now. We're just trying to get all these projects moving, splash pad, skate park. Irrigation will be done December 5th. And then we're working on the park cameras, getting the cameras at all the parks. Ball field improvements, pool improvements, we're getting mobile LED trailers because we have a lot of other projects kind of just moving at the same time. And then Stacy comes back in January, and we'll community garden galore. So we've been working on things on the back end for her as far as landscape and stuff. That's all I have. Let's see if you have any questions.
Great. Nothing else? Anything going on?
When is our meeting for next?
And that's the next item on your agenda. It's okay.
26th?
So usually, we don't usually have a meeting in December unless you guys want one. So she,
Oh, that's right, you guys are. That's-
It's the
yeah, the 26th, I'll be ready to meet. I'm not 1 through 25.
Well, do you have any indication that there are any developers that are gonna need our attention?
No,
Anybody?
the only thing, is I gotta get the park restrooms. We're getting new restrooms at 5 of the parks. I'm probably going to have to either select one of the 3 vendors that submitted an RFQ or repost it. If we move forward with selecting a vendor, we're gonna need a park board recommendation before I go to council. That would just be the big ticket, but I can always move that to January.
When are you wanting to have that done?
Just as soon as possible, but it's not like the pool where I have to have it done by April or May. So we could move the restrooms to January.
Okay, then we'll just have the meeting in January. We'll probably either be, I don't think we should have it on the 26th, probably the 19th if we do it in December, but if we move it until January, then it'll be the 30th. Or we can do it the 23rd.
The last Monday is the last Monday of the month is January 30th,
The 30th.
regular scheduled meeting.
All right, so the next meeting is January 30th, at 7 PM.
I'll be sure to send you guys out the monthly report, so we stay in the loop during December.
Okay. If nobody has anything else, then I will make a motion to adjourn this meeting. All in favor?
I.
But
Any opposed? All right, meeting adjourned.
Yeah,
7:30, holy cow.
you,